The most insane and anticipated shooter games of 2025 and beyond, first and also third-person shooter games. Hope you enjoy the video. Thumbs up, subscribe for more, and leave your comments. Well, let's go. Battlefield 6 is finally a new version of this classic series. So far we don't have much information about it, but it shall be released still in 2025 or 2026. Doom: The Dark Ages is the next adventure of this beloved FPS series. The game is being developed by the Studio ID Software and is coming out on May 13, 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. The game will be a prequel, set before of Doom 2016, but here Doomslayer will be as brutal as never before, with new melee weapons and firearms. The enemies looks really good, and the players will also have the possibility to control a flying dragon and a huge mecha robot. What looks extremely brutal, so if you like the last games of the series, this is a great game for you.
This place was always dangerous. And weird. Policy and procedure used to keep us in control. But now, we need a new approach.
FBC Firebreak is the new game developed by Remedy Entertainment, the studio of Alan Wake, Quantum Break, Control, and more. But this time it's going to be a different game style, since it's a first-person shooter, but the structure will be set in a co-op experience, a three-player cooperative first-person shooter, set within a mysterious federal agency under assault by otherworldly forces. All that in the universe of Control. That's the same of Alan Wake. The game is aimed to be released still in 2025, and it's confirmed to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows.
We've had reports of rogue sticky notes replicating across this sector. If you don't cut back their numbers, this whole place will be yellow by morning.
Marathon is the returning of a really old first-person shooter. It's going to be an online extraction shooter game, developed by Savvy Studio of first-person shooter games, the studio Bungie, creators of Halo series, and also Destiny. The game is coming out in September 23rd, 2025 to PlayStation 5 and Windows. So if you like PvPv first-person shooter games, take a look at this one. At least the studio is legendary, so this may surprise the players.
Death. The end of all things. But the dream is not over. My dream. Yours. Now. Run.
Painkiller is a new game of a classic first-person shooter series, and now it returns in great style with a fast-paced, brutal co-op first-person shooter experience with nice graphics and stylish visuals. The studio developing the game is Anshar Studios, and it's planned to be released still in 2025 with no official release date yet. But it's confirmed to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. The classic Painkiller series is back. Battle through purgatory in fast-paced co-op action, wielding infernal weapons against relentless demonic hordes. A game that shall be interesting for you, fan of the
I always knew I had an instinct. I was wrong.
Welcome to Garden City, where it's a pleasant 23 degrees all day, every day.
Known location.
Local forces are also tracking his whereabouts.
Perfect Dark is a new game of this classic series. The original game was released in 2000, 25 years ago, and it'll be a huge first-person shooter. It's being developed by a new Xbox studio, The Initiative, and will be released on Xbox Series XS and Windows. PlayStation 5 version could be confirmed, but not so far, and there's no release date yet. Secret agent thriller set in a near-future world of spies, technology, and secrets. The gameplay looks fluid and open, with a fun freedom to explore and discover new ways to deal with the objectives. So I'm curious to see the final version of the game.
When the life we think we know, find the truth. Scan's clear. I'm going in blind.
Carrington!
Damn it!
Agent Stark, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Borderlands 4 is the next adventure of the beloved universe of Borderlands. The game is being developed by the studio Gearbox Software, and it'll be released on Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch 2, and Microsoft Windows, and the game got a release date already. That is September 12th, 2025. You probably know the series already, but if you don't, it's a looter-shooter series set in a first-person camera with a unique and charismatic graphic style, and it's always been a success since the first game in the series. Code Violet is a new third-person dinosaur survival horror game. It's a clear-inspired game by Dino Crisis and Resident Evil, but we can see many features that remind us of other survival horror games. What may be interesting? It's being developed by the studio Team Kill Media, and it's coming out only on PlayStation 5, and despite there's no release date confirmed, it's planned to be released soon. As you can see, it's not a AAA game, but we've seen a lot of AA games that absolutely amazed everyone. So far, this one looks simple, but with some interesting features, so let's hope the final version surprises us.
Warning, lockdown in effect.
That's not good.
Warning, window shutter malfunction. Please close shutters manually. Warning, large biological life form nearby.
Express, the only shopping channel with no delays, no refunds, and no paperwork whatsoever. Today we're presenting you with a brand new line of home essentials. Don't wait too long, they're going fast. Feeling the heat? Not anymore. The Cool D's Cold Steam Applier just hit the market. Say goodbye to sticky cheese crumbs. With this portable freezer, your meat and dairy will stay preserved until the end of time. Order now. Buy two, pay for three. Hot off the press. A must-have for every modern...
Mouse PI for Hire is a story first-person shooter mixed with investigation in the world of Mickey Mouse. Join private investigator Jack Pepper on a guns-blazing, jazz-fueled adventure. The game combines the charm of hand-drawn rubber hose animation inspired by the classic cartoons of the 1930s with the adrenaline and action of an explosive first-person shooter. The studio developing the game is Fumi Games, and it's planned to be released still in 2025, but with no release date yet. And it's confirmed to Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 4 and 5, Nintendo Switch, and Windows.
Introducing Clean D's Automatic Turpentine Cleanser. With our Automatic Turpentine Cleanser, you wipe, swipe, clean, and shine every inch of your front yard. Order now. Limited stock available. Tired of feeling invisible? Grab yourself a brand new Mind D's self-aware attitude changer. With our device at hand, making friends becomes mind-blowingly easy. You don't need to strain your brain. Mind D will do the thinking for you. Don't think, order before you come to your senses. Wishlist now, and we'll ring your bell when they're ready.
The tracks lead this way.
On me. Bloody hell.
Dying Light the Beast is a new action-adventure with horror game. If you know the series, you know what to expect, but it's a game set in a first-person style. You're in a place that's been struck by a zombie infestation. You must survive and fight them with all you've got, all types of weapons, vehicles, and more. The gameplay is really nice, with a fast movement style and insane parkour skills. The game is being developed by the studio Techland, and it's coming out in some moment in 2025 to PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox One and Series XS, and Windows. And is a game that the fans of the first game should keep an eye out for.
Contact!
If you push too much, you might unleash the beast.
Andy Shepkowski calling on a recorded line. I can't tell you everything over the phone, but you need to come down here tonight, please. 6 p.m.
Compound Fracture is a dinosaur first-person shooter game that resembles classic games like Turok and also reminded me of Dino Crisis That was really fun too. The game is being developed by the studio Eteria Games, and it's confirmed only to Windows, at least in the start, but there's no official release date yet. In the forests of an untouched planet, there's a lone installation. Dimly lit bunkers and offices lay empty, while distant cliffside structures cast shadows on the waves below. Heavy footsteps echo through abandoned hallways, all with a retro visual style that looks really fun.
I'm sorry, Enforcer. I didn't know who else to call.
It always comes back to this. This choice.
Saros is the next game of the studio that developed Returnal, a fun roguelike game released on PlayStation 5. The studio is Housemarque Studios, and as it's a PlayStation studio, it's coming out only on PlayStation 5, at least in the start, and is aimed to be released in 2026. We've just seen one trailer so far, but here we see that the graphics are really good, something Sony's game usually got. And again, the game will be set in a roguelike style, and we'll probably see bullet hell features. That's those games with a lot of things and shots for the player to avoid. What is fun for me?
Every time the sun dies, madness reigns, and everything begins again. Ways come back stronger. I know that you are here.
Ferocious is a new single-player first-person shooter with dinosaurs, set in modern days, but in a reality where dinosaurs are still a reality in Island. Immerse yourself in a survival FPS adventure. Stranded on a dangerous island, face mercenaries, dinosaurs, and a vibrant yet hostile ecosystem. Explore breathtaking environments and survive the onslaught of intense, fast-paced encounters. The game is being developed by the studio OMYOG, and it's confirmed to Windows, but an Xbox Series XS and PlayStation 5 version is aimed to be released too. So if you like dinosaur games, this one looks interesting. Gears of War E-Day is the new game of this beloved and acclaimed third-person shooter series. The game is being developed by the studio The Coalition, and it's coming out in some moment 2025 to Xbox Series XS and Windows. Gears of War is one of the biggest Xbox series, and this game is going to be set before of all original games. What's good? It's going to be set in one of the most important battle of the series. In the old games, we could hear about E-Day, and now we'll be able to play as a younger Marcus in a brutal and fluid gameplay. So you, fan of Gears of War, this one shall be insane.
Their hate. We're just planted in your brain like weeds in a garden. What would you do to free yourself? We both know the answer to that question. Nothing. You are...
Judas is a new story-driven first-person shooter by the legendary creator of BioShock series. The game is being developed by the studio Ghost Story Games, and it's confirmed to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. It was supposed to be released in March of 2025, but it was postponed, and now there's no official date yet, but shall be released still in 2025. The game will follow the same idea of BioShock, a game with a fun gameplay, good combat, but the biggest feature of the game are the universe and story that in BioShock was pretty insane, and here's going to be set in a similar style. So you fan of BioShock, this one gotta be in your list.
In a pot, boiling so slowly. You don't even know what's happening. But I'm here to set you free. Whether you like it or not.
Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is the new episode of this beloved series. Originally, Metroid is a Metroidvania game, but the Prime series is actually a FPS. The last Prime game was released a long time ago, and the hype is real for the new game. The gameplay looks really good, fluid and fast, and the graphics looks nice, and I believe it's going to be even better on Nintendo Switch too. The game is being developed by the studio Retro Studios, Nintendo, and is coming out in some moment of this year, 2025, to Nintendo Switch, and surely Nintendo Switch 2 when it's released.
I hope this will be our last journey and bring us richness and freedom. But what's the value of human freedom if it's to face hell?
The Mound Omen of Cthulhu is a new co-op first-person shooter set in the stories of Cthulhu. It's developed by the Studio Ace team and is aimed to be released still in 2025 to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. In up to 4-player co-op, form a group of explorers searching for treasure. In this cursed jungle, danger is everywhere and monstrous creatures alter reality. Stay clear-headed and tame the jungle before it devours you. A game that mixes horror, cooperation, and mysteries, and shall be really fun to play with friends.
It's here. Whoa, what is this thing? Oh, no. I scared me. I'm sure they're about to attack. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh my God.
What the hell? Yeah, crazy.
I'm coming to help. I need backup too. Guys, I'm lost. Where are you? Oh, not again. I can't hear it. Why did you do it? Sorry. Oh, no.
My memory's still a bit blurry. Remember this. Inside my head.
Satellite gives us a 10-minute window. You made it.
That's just leftover hardware. It's been decommissioned. What the hell is happening? All I know is that that Silvercorp is a piece of my story.
Mindseye is a story-driven, action-adventure thriller set in a fictional near-future Americana, featuring best-in-class cinematics, high-octane driving, and explosive combat from legendary game director Leslie Benzies. This is a game that promises to be the game to be in the same level of GTA 6 in 2025, and yes, it's being developed by an old Rockstar game director. That's why the hype is real about it. The studio is built a Rocket Boy, and the game is coming out in June 10th. It's really close, and it'll be available on Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows.
What's going on in there?
It was an ambush. Do what you can. Do not lose her! I'm coming to you now. The search and rescue bots. They're melting.
Many people believe that we have a purpose, as if we had been brought to Tartarus for some reason. Even themselves. Trust me, emissary. Will is the only thing that matters. It creates the hunger.
Pioner drops players into a grim world where survival hinges on exploration, crafting, and smart resource management. As an MMO FPS, it offers both PvE missions and intense PvP zones, with unique crafting mechanics, hundreds of weapons, and a deep story to explore. The studio developing the game is GFA Games, and it's confirmed to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows, and it's planned to be released still in 2025. A game that mixes a fun first-person shooter combat with an MMO experience, but with quests and a storyline to follow, but also combat zones with the PvP fights.
It doesn't matter who you are, what you've done, or where you came from. We need raiders who can deliver the goods. If you want to live here, you need to contribute.
There is no way to hide. Kings.
Ark Raiders is an upcoming multiplayer extraction adventure set in a lethal future Earth, ravaged by a mysterious mechanized threat known as Ark. It's all set in a world with incredible graphics, a dynamic gameplay, and many dangers. It's being developed by the studio Embark Studios, and is coming to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and Windows. And despite there's no release date yet, it's planned to be released soon. There's a playtest going on sometimes, so check Steam to see if it's going on right now. In general, the players enjoy the experience of the game, but obviously, it's a massive multiplayer experience.
Killing machines falling from the sky. This is our home. Our bastion of resistance. This is where the brave meets the bold. We will not die in the shadows.
John Carpenter's Toxic Commando is a co-op first-person shooter set in a style similar to the classic Left 4 Dead. A very fun game style specially to play with friends, and don't worry about story or anything like but basically gameplay. The studio developing the game is Saber Interactive, and it's confirmed to Xbox Series, PlayStation 5, and Windows. But for now, there's no release date, and not even a window of when it may be released. Take control of one of the commandos, team up with your friends, and send the Sludge God and its horde of things that should never be back to the underworld. Choose the class that matches your playstyle, pile into your favorite ride, and unload an array of gunfire, grenades, special abilities, and freaking katanas as you save the planet. The Lost Wild is a new dinosaur game with exploration, combat, and horror. The studio developing the game is Great Ape Games, and there's no release date yet, but it's only confirmed to Windows for now. Maybe in the future there will be a version to the consoles. You are stranded in a violent primal world. Your survival depends on mastering its rhythms and anticipating its dangers. A mysterious voice on the radio seems to offer a glimmer of hope. With their help, make your way through the facilities and piece together the story of how this came to be.
This city is a mirror-balanced machine.
Clockwork Revolution is an interesting FPS story game developed by the studio Inxile Entertainment. Xbox Game Studio. It's confirmed to Xbox Series XS and Windows, but a PlayStation 5 version is not far-fetched, especially considering how Xbox is publishing games lately. Embark on a grand adventure in the steampunk metropolis of Avalon, wielding an incredible invention that allows you to travel into the past and influence key events, altering the course of history. A game that reminded me of BioShock Infinite for its visual style and a storyline that seems to be of a big importance too.
There is nowhere in space or time where I will not destroy you.
Oh no. What did I do?
Progress. Be advised, suspects are heavily armed. Approach with caution.
Okay, kid. You wanted the real deal? This is it.
ACPD, drop it now.
Patrol units, we have reports of a hit and run. Let's go, Rook. We don't got all day. Target that vehicle. Spike strip deployed.
Yeah, I'm hoping this shift is a little quieter than the last one. Either that or I'm gonna need to put my cardiologist on retainer. Is it expired?
The Precinct is a new game inspired in the classic GTA games. But there's a big difference here, is that the player will be in the control of a police officer. The studio developing the game is Fallen Tree Games. And the best, there's a release date already, and it's not far. That is May 13th, 2025, and it'll be available on Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. Averno City, 1983. Gangs rule the streets, and your father lies restless in his grave. Clean up the city, uncover the truth, and embark on thrilling vehicle chases through destructible environments in this neon-noir action sandbox police game. All that with charismatic visuals, a fluid gameplay, and a universe that promises to be really fun to explore.
Assistance required in Lafayette.
I need some backup here, dispatch. Searching last known location. Dispatch, I got a mail matching the suspect's description.
Who that?
La Quimera is a story-driven FPS set in dystopian future Latin America. In a fractured world where microstates rely on mercenary forces, you are an operative caught in a web of lies and deception. Play alone or with up to 2 friends geared with futuristic weapons, exoskeletons, and combat abilities. The game is being developed by the studio Reburn, and it's coming out soon, but with no date yet. But only on PC, at least in the start, and the game looks a mix of Crysis with Metro. By the way, it's being developed by an old developer of Metro series.
Who were you before? Who did you love? What did you believe? It's too late to ask now. We all knew the risks when we ventured out beyond the gates.
State of Decay 3 is the new game of the beloved online zombie survival series, and now the game promises to be way bigger than the first 2 games that were really fun, but way more simple. The studio developing it is Undead Labs, Xbox Game Studio, and it's only confirmed to Xbox Series and Windows, but I'd not doubt a PlayStation 5 version too, as Microsoft's being releasing many games there too. An open-world survival game set years after a zombie apocalypse nearly wiped out humankind. An evolving zombie threat is taking over the landscape, and you need to carve out a life for your community of survivalist homesteaders.
We found hope in each other.
Help! I'm surrounded. They're everywhere. There's way more than I was expecting.
And even if we bought the other survivors just one more day, the sacrifice would be worth it. It would always be worth it.
Lucia, do you know why you're here?
Bad luck, I guess.
GTA 6 is the new adventure of one of the biggest video game series ever. The game will once again be set in Vice City, a famous city of the series, but now it'll be set in modern days, even with a whole new part. I'd even say that Vice City we know will be just a small part of the whole game. Like GTA 5, here we'll play with more than one protagonist. Now, it'll be Jason and Lucia, and it promises to be one of the greatest games ever. The game is being developed by Rockstar Games, and it's coming out on May 26th, 2026, and it'll be launched on Xbox Series XS and PlayStation 5.
I'm here for Lucia Caminos. She's supposed to be getting out.
What's your name?
Jason Duval.
I seen you here before.
You might have. Hey.
Hey.
Look who's back.
The only way we're gonna get through this is by sticking together, being a team.
I wish I hadn't come here for this. I found them.
Instinction is a new first-person survival game set in a mix of prehistoric and modern world. Experience an action-adventure full of prehistoric animals, set in the heart of a lost Mesoamerican land cut off from the world by the rift. Survive a mysterious organization and ancient creatures to restore stability and unravel one of the most intriguing stories of modern times. The game is being developed by the studio Hashbane Interactive and is coming out to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows. Probably still in 2025, and shall be one of the most realistic video games about dinosaurs so far.
After all this death, if you had the chance,
Jezus Maria,
Holstin is a new survival horror set in a retro style, since the gameplay that's similar to the classic Silent Hill games. To the graphic style, that's a beautiful 3D pixel art. It's being developed by the studio Sanka, and it's coming out to Xbox One, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4 and 5, Nintendo Switch, and Windows, but there's no release date confirmed. A psychological survival horror game set in an eerie, isolated 90s Polish town consumed by an ominous presence. You come looking for answers, but everyone seems possessed by something foul. Explore the festering town, interrogate locals, and fight ungodly manifestations to get to the truth.
Oddział terenowy Jeziorny Kolonia. Kiedy to będzie wszystko gotowe?
Turok Origins is the returning of an old and classic dinosaur series. The original games were first-person shooter games, but the new one will be a third-person shooter with a whole new approach. The studio developing the game is Saber Interactive. It's confirmed to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows, but I believe that it'll be announced to Nintendo Switch 2 in the future, but there's no release date yet. Play as the legendary Turok warriors to face off against ferocious dinosaurs and a terrifying alien threat that seeks to destroy all human life across the galaxy. So if you missed the classic games, this one looks really interesting.
All of the men in this room are bound by blood. This is a family. And in this family is the betrayal. Do you wish to commit yourself, your life, to this family.
Mafia: The Old Country is the fourth game of an acclaimed and beloved series. I mean, the third game is not that beloved, but there are some fans of it too. The game is being developed by the studio Hangar 13, the studio responsible for Mafia 3. As I said, it's not the most beloved game, but they also did Mafia 1 Remake. That's an excellent game, and now it'll be their new chance of creating a good story. The game will be released in 2025 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and Windows. The game will be set before the other games, in the start of 20th century, and promises to be a game with a great storytelling like the first two games.
To become a man of honor, repeat these words.
My flesh must burn like this saint. If I do not keep my oath.
Welcome, Enzo.
Welcome, Subject 1473. A connection to the program has been established. Compliance confirmed.
Voidbreaker is a fast-paced roguelite first-person shooter game. It's being developed by the studio Stubby Games, and it's planned to 2025 with no release date yet. But even before the early access version will be available, only on PC, but the final version will also be available on Xbox Series and PlayStation 5. Fight relentless machines driven by a hostile AI. Escape an endless cycle. Craft infinite weapon variants with deep gun modding. Forge deadly synergies. Carve your way out through enviro destruction. All that with a fast-paced gameplay that will make you feel like a super soldier.
From the studio that brought you Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic, Part 2. And Fallout 3, Part 2. Comes a completely original Part 2. And like all good sequels,
The Outer Worlds 2 is the sequel of the first game, What's Obvious. And it's being developed by the studio Obsidian Entertainment that just released Avowed, but the game is coming out still in 2025, it seems, to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. The game is an open-world action RPG set in an FPS style. The first game is really fun. It's not a masterpiece, but it's fun. But they promise that now it's going to be even greater in all aspects, so I'm really curious to see how it's really going to be. But for now, we need to wait, because there's no release date yet.
More action. More weapons. And more. Welcome back to the future. Try not to break it again.
I'm not interested in hiring any more idiots. I'm looking for people of tact and vision and perspicacity.
The Outer Worlds 2.
Guns. Action. Glory. If that's why you joined SWAT, wake the hell up.
911. What is your emergency?
You're not here to pull the trigger and ask questions later.
We've got reports of a number of armed individuals.
You must follow the rules of engagement.
We need to bring as many suspects back as we can.
Hostage situations.
Ready or Not is an insane, realistic co-op SWAT game. And yes, It was released in 2023, but only on PC, and now it's already confirmed that the game is also coming out to Xbox Series XS and PlayStation 5. It was developed by the studio Void Interactive, and the version to the consoles got no release date yet, but it's believed to be still in 2025. An intense, tactical, first-person shooter that depicts a modern-day world in which SWAT police units are called to defuse hostile and confronting situations. So if you like extremely realistic first-person shooter games, especially to play with friends, this one will be an amazing experience.
Flashing it.
Does that feel like glory to you? We're not cowboys. We are not heroes. We are the last line of defense. Are you ready?
Who's ready for a bit of fun then?
Killing Floor 3 is the next game of this beloved horror FPS series. The game is being developed by the studio Tripwire Interactive, and it's coming out to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows, and the game was supposed to be released in March of 2025, but it was postponed, and now there's no release date yet, maybe still in 2025. The series is known for being extremely fun to play with friends. Yes, it's a sort of co-op game with a lot of personality. The graphics looks really good, looks immersive and fluid, and promises to be a great experience, with a lot of content, such as missions, weapons, enemies, and much more. The Midnight Walkers is an online first-person shooter set in the famous Extraction mode, where the players will fight against other players and also zombies. That will be the core of the gameplay. The studio developing the game is One Way to Kid Studio, and it's only confirmed to Windows for now, and is planned to be released still in 2025, but with no official date yet. Survivors must explore the Mega Liberty Grand Center, scavenging for gear while fending off relentless hordes of zombies. Craft weapons, armor, and consumables, or trade items with other players through the dark web-based marketplace to secure even stronger equipment.
Where we grow our future.
Your weapons fail. Your ammunition runs low.
And you've yet to see our most beautiful creation. All you have is your hatred and your individuality.
System Shock 2 25th Anniversary Remaster is obviously the remaster of a classic first-person sci-fi game released in 1999. The original game is a genre-defining experience that established innovative gameplay mechanics that are a staple of the FPS and RPG genre today. Survive the wretched corridors of the Von Braun. Your training has prepared you for this. The studios developing the remaster are Night Dive Studios, Looking Glass Studios, and Irrational Games, and it's coming out in June 25th, 2025 to Xbox One, Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 4, 4 and 5, Nintendo Switch, and Windows. So if you missed the classic game, the remaster should be really fun.
Your cell inmate. What kind of prison is this? A rare. We need you to retrieve it for study. Well done, folks. Your sentence has been reduced by 100 days.
Luna Abyss is a single-player first-person shooter set in a futuristic world. The game is being developed by the studio Bonsai Collective, and it's coming out to Xbox Series XS, PlayStation 5, and Windows, but there's no release date. It's a fast-paced FPS with platforming challenges and a combat in the bullet hell style, with fast action moments and a fluid gameplay. In the game, we'll follow the journey of Fox, a prisoner of Luna, caught between a cryptic prophecy and their prison sentence. So fans of fast-paced FPS games like Doom, this one looks promising.
The safety of Sokolov and bring him back to the west. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. The clock is ticking. This will be a sneak. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Metal Gear Solid Delta is the remake of one of the most beloved games of the master Kojima, Metal Gear 3, and it's being developed by Konami. Just hope they do a great job here. It's coming out to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows in August 26th, 2025. Metal Gear is a stealth game, set in an extremely unique universe. The things are not what they seem, and the plot of the game is absolutely incredible, especially to its time. The remake will seemingly respect the original game, but bringing a new gameplay style, but keeping the core of the game, that's the stealth. And this is the video, guys. Which ones you want to play? Let me know it. Thanks for watching, and I see you in the next video.